How are you guys doing? It is Saturday, October 17th, 2020, out here in this quarantine. I'm James Sims, and for this episode of The Elite, I'm going to take you through yesterday's Elite performances from Friday, October 16th, and of course, I'll let you know what are the big matchups to look forward to today as we get started with everything going on today. Looking out to soccer, starting out with yesterday, PSG, the Ligue 1 champions, were able to beat Nimes 4-0. Kylian Mbappe was able to score 2 goals to help them get there. That was the only big game from yesterday, and of course with this win, PSG will continue to move up the French table. Really quickly looking out to what big games there are to look forward to today. Starting in the Bundesliga, the German champs Bayern Munich are going to take on Arminia Bielefeld at 12:30. That's going to be a big game. Also at 9:30, German runner-ups Borussia Dortmund are going to take on TSG Hoffenheim, and Borussia Dortmund starting to look really good, especially with their young American players. Looking in the Premier League, Liverpool's going to play Everton. That game's going to start at 7:30. Big games between the sides as Liverpool's looking to try to repeat as the Premier League champs. Chelsea plays Southampton. That's going to be a big game. I think Southampton plays in London. Don't take my word for that one. So I think it's a crosstown rivalry. Manchester City's going to play against Arsenal at 12:30, and Newcastle United is going to take on Manchester United at 3. Looking at the Serie A, it'll be the Milan derby as Inter Milan takes on AC Milan at 12 o'clock. I think Zlatan's on AC Milan. That's going to be a very big game to watch. And then at 2:45, Juventus is playing Crotone. Big game between the two, of course. Ronaldo playing for Juventus is going to be a reason why I'm going to try to watch that today. Looking out to La Liga, Atletico Madrid plays Celta Vigo at 10 a.m. Of course, Luis Suarez, newest member of Atletico Madrid, making Atletico Madrid look like looking like a new side again. Real Madrid is going to take on Cadiz at 12:30, and FC Barcelona is going to take on Getafe at 3 o'clock. Those are the big games from at least the Tier 1 soccer clubs, just so you're kind of aware of what's going on there. Also, because today is Saturday, I'm going to really quickly go through the college football games. Starting with yesterday's games, 14th ranked BYU was able to beat Houston 43-26 behind Zach Wilson's 400 yards of passing, and he also threw for 4 touchdowns. Also, 17th ranked SMU stays undefeated after beating Tulane 37-34 in overtime. Shane Buechele would lead the way with 384 yards and 2 touchdowns through the air. Rashee Rice had 139 receiving yards and 7 receptions and a touchdown for SMU. Looking out to today, starting with the noon games, top-ranked Clemson faces off against unranked Georgia Tech. Unranked Pittsburgh faces off at 13th-ranked Miami. 15th-ranked Auburn is going to play against South Carolina at South Carolina. Kentucky, 1-2 unranked Kentucky is going to take on 2-1 ranked 18th-ranked Tennessee. At 2:30, 4th-ranked Notre Dame, who's undefeated, is going to take on the 1-3 Louisville Cardinals on NBC. At 4 o'clock, unranked Mississippi State's going to host 11th-ranked Texas A&M on ESPN. At 7:30, 5th-ranked UNC is going to go to Tallahassee and play against Florida State on ABC. At 8 o'clock, it'll be 2nd-ranked Alabama versus 3rd-ranked Georgia on CBS, or probably the biggest SEC game of the year. Also, 23rd ranked Virginia Tech is going to take on Boston College. Really quickly, 10th ranked Florida and LSU, that game got postponed, along with 8th ranked Cincinnati taking on Tulsa and 7th ranked Oklahoma State taking on Baylor. That's what college football is looking like, especially right now with everything going on. And last but not least, let me take you out to playoff baseball to show you how that went. Starting with Game 6 of the ALCS. The 6th ranked Houston Astros were able to beat the top ranked Tampa Bay Rays 7-4 to even the series up at 3 last night. For the Tampa Bay Rays, it will be Blake Snell, the former American League Cy Young, who got the start, or Cy Young winner. He would allow 2 earned runs in 4 innings pitched, striking out 4 batters, and then after him, it was a good amount of bullpen pitching. Jumping out to how their offense fared. I mean, just looking to how this game played. Tampa Bay had the lead 1-0 early on. Houston Astros would score 4 runs in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and 2 in the 7th. And then by the end of the 7th inning, they were up 7-2. Tampa Bay they scored 2 runs in the 8th, but it just wasn't enough as Houston was able to get yet another win. But still looking at how Tampa Bay fared. Their left fielder, Brandon Lau, would go 1 for 3 with 2 runs as he walked once on the day. Their center fielder, Manuel Margot, would go 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs. Their shortstop, Willy Adames, will go 1 for 2 with an RBI as he walked twice as well. Looking at how Houston did, their starting pitcher, Framber Valdez, would pick up the win. Framber Valdez would allow 1 earned run in 6 innings pitched, striking out 9 batters on the day. Of course, what the Astros needed to get this win. And then following that, it was mainly just bullpen pitching. And Christian Javier would be the Houston Astros pitcher who gave up 2 runs in the 8th inning. But continuing on, looking at how they did offensively, their center fielder, George Springer, would go 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run. Their elite second baseman and former American League MVP, Jose Altuve, would go 2 for 3 with an RBI and 2 runs as he walked twice. Their designated hitter, Michael Brantley, would go 2 for 4 with a run. Their shortstop, Carlos Correa, would go 3 for 5 with an RBI. Their elite third baseman, Alex Bregman, would go 0 for 5 as he struck out twice and left 9 runners on base. The right fielder, Kyle Tucker, would go 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a run as he was the only one to hit a home run for the Astros this game. And then continuing on, their left fielder, Aldamis Diaz, would go 2 for 3 with a run on the day. With this win, the Houston Astros have tied the series up at 3. Of course, after the Rays had won the first 3 games, the Astros won 3 in a row. And this game is going to go down to Game 7. And of course, Game 7 will be played today at 8:37 at Petco Park. This will be a very big game, but of course that game will come right after Game 6 of the Braves and Dodgers. Looking at how the Braves and Dodgers fared in their Game 5, the Los Angeles Dodgers, after being down 3-1, were able to keep the series alive with a 7-3 win after scoring 3 runs in both the 6th and the 7th inning to give them that much needed boost after they were originally down 2-0 and then 2-1. Of course, like I said, this was this is the effort of a team that, of course, was trying to stay in. This is a great effort, of course, overall by the Dodgers. Looking at how the Braves fared, their starting pitcher would be AJ Minter, their reliever. He would pitch 3 innings, allow no earned runs, allow 1 hit. He would strike out 7 batters in those 3 innings. 7 out of 9 outs were registered as strikeouts. And then it would go to the bullpen. It would be Will Smith, who would give up 2 runs. Including a home run to Will Smith, the catcher of the Dodgers. He blew the save. And then it would end up being Jacob Webb, who would end up allowing 3 runs for the Atlanta Braves. Not looking good. On the offensive side of the ball, their elite right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr., would go 0 for 4 on the day as he left 3 runners on base. Their elite first baseman and possible MVP, Freddie Freeman, went 2 for 4 with 2 runs on the day. Their elite second baseman, Ozzie Albies, would go 0 for 4 as he struck out twice. And then continuing on, their center fielder, Christian Pache, would go 1 for 3 with an RBI as he had logged yet another RBI as a rookie for this Braves team. For the Los Angeles Dodgers, it would be Dustin May who got the start. He allowed 1 run in 2 innings pitched, striking out 3. And they would mainly go to bullpen pitching. It would be Victor Gonzalez, would be the only other pitcher from the Dodgers that allowed a run. But it would be Blake Trinan would pick up the win for the Los Angeles Dodgers, as that's when the Dodgers took the lead in about the 6th inning. Looking at how they did offensively, their elite right fielder, Mookie Betts, would end up going 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run. Their shortstop, Corey Seager, would go 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs. He hit 2 home runs in the game. He now has 4 in the series. Their third baseman, Justin Turner, would go 1 for 4 with a run. Their catcher, Will Smith, would go 1 for 4 with 3 RBIs and a run as he hit his first home run of the series in the 6th inning off of Will Smith, a very historic home run. And then their second baseman, Chris Taylor, would go 1 for 3 with a run. And with this win, the Atlanta Braves still lead the series 3-2 as they are 1 win away from clinching a spot in the World Series. The Dodgers are 2 wins away, but the Astros were able to win 3 games in a row, so why can't the Dodgers? But really quickly, looking at how that game's going to go, that game's going to happen at 4:38. The matchup here, it'll be Max Fried versus Walker Buehler, and both pitchers have been pitching incredibly well, especially in the playoffs. If the Dodgers were to try to come back and gain momentum in one game, this would be the game. And on top of these 2 playoff baseball games, of course, you have a good amount of college football. And, of course, there's a good amount of soccer to watch, too. It is Saturday, October 17th, 2020, out here in this quarantine. I'm James Sims, and I want to thank you for listening to all 9.5 minutes of this piece. And with that said, I wish everyone well, and peace out.